Hello everybody, this is Wheel Trouble, and welcome back to Let's Play Abduction Chapter 6. When we had left off last time, we had just left Captar after finding the entrance to Farley's vault. We're going to pick up where we left off. We had just finished the book, and that had described some of Farley's observations, her theories, or hinting at her theories on the battery and the plan that CW had, and hints also at the Mofang incident. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and explore a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to see if we can complete Captar today. These backer reward items sure are interesting. This one is certainly piquing my interest. Samurai Squirrel? I'm not sure if I should be doubling over with intense laughter or quivering in fear that my toes might get chopped off. That is absolutely adorable, and I want an army of them. I apologize for the stuttering that you experience here. There's actually a known issue in this game, and it has been brought up to the attention of the Cayenne Studios that they have an issue where DirectX 12 isn't playing very nice with DirectX 11, which is what this game uses, is DirectX 11. Hopefully they update it, and it'll be updated in a PC version. All we can do is wait and see. And we're going to go ahead and run back to Captar. We had moved one cart out of the way, and we were starting to explore, trying to find another. Hopefully we can get some progress. We've got to find a way to get to the tree somehow. And it's absolutely wonderful having this backdoor way around. Looking at that sphere definitely looks like something out of the Captar scenery, doesn't it? We'll have to remember that for later. And push the button. And once again, we get to enjoy the view of Mofang. I would love to know the properties of those blue bulbous plants. If they're plants, they could be rock for all I know. Almost seems a shame to be destroying this scenery here. Oh well, here we go. It's interesting watching all of this pixelation. I wonder if we get pixelated and we just remember it this way? Or does all the pixelation happen outside of the seed sphere and everything inside the seed sphere remains intact? There's a lot of scientific discovery that I'd imagine was just getting ready to start with all of that. Or they just took it for granted and never felt the need to write about it. And finally, we've arrived back on Captar. All of our changes that we've made so far to this stage have stayed intact. And all we can do now is run to about where we left off, and we need to look for another trolley car. I don't know if anyone noticed, but when we had first started this level and we were getting power to everything, there was an area where there was a cart and a walkway above. We have to find some way to get to that walkway, and I have a hunch that that trolley area has a lot to do with it. So we're going to go ahead and begin the hunt where we had left off, about where we had found Farley's vault entrance. In a private message I'd received, somebody had asked what the output schedule of these was going to be, what my plan was for that. My plan, since I share this channel with my motorcycle videos, and it is primarily a motorcycle video channel, I do apologize for that for those of you that are just here for the Let's Play. I plan on releasing one Let's Play a week, every Friday presumably, if there's not going to be a motorcycle video. So if you don't see one of these videos on a Friday, do expect a motorcycle video that following weekend. Further, if you have any requests on songs that I should use for the motorcycle videos, feel free to ask. If you have a band or an artist that's looking to get promoted, I'm always happy to help push new talent. Okay, when we had hit this platform last time, we had gone off down a path to the left. This time we're going to make a U-turn and head up this path here, see if we end up anywhere different. One thing's for sure, the view from up higher is going to be spectacular, and it does not disappoint. Would you look at that? We have a trolley car. I realize I did say earlier that it's very difficult to die in this game. I don't think I could die here, but something about being next to an exposed gear does terrify me, and especially with the size of the links in those chains. And here we go. Hopefully this gets us to that walkway. Speaking of walkways, all these walkways collapsed into nothing. Seismic activity, perhaps? I would almost want to say meteor, except for a meteor would probably have killed the bugs, too. Unless they're like roaches and they can survive all that radiation. This certainly got us to the right area. Success, we are on the right catwalk. For those of you that don't work well with random motions, I'm going to go ahead and take some paths a little slower than I normally would. I typically run through everything in this game. But I do understand, especially after playing MechWarrior, that some people don't deal with speedy transitions or heavy strafing very easily. Now we just have to figure out how to turn off some of these so that we can cross near where the tree is. We don't exactly need these trolleys anymore, so we can disable them. And I'm going to take my best guesses here. I've disabled two things. Lord knows what they are. To my left that I just passed, that's one of those red herrings I was talking about. Okay, wrong device is disabled. Time to go back and try again. Reconnect this one. I think that's the elevator going down. Disconnect that. Hopefully that was the new elevator that we just unlocked. And that gear is still spinning, so connected the wrong one there too. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Less chance of losing a limb if we put a hand in there now. And let's see where this elevator will take us. already know it worked. Ever notice how when everyone steps into an elevator, the first reaction is everyone to turn around? Can someone explain that to me, please, in the comments? That would be scary. Being this close to a fan blade. And another teleportation device. And where does this lead? To a dead end. That figures. Well, we do seem to be pretty dead-ended, except for this little teleportation device, so let's go ahead and give this a shot. See you on the other side. Seems we're where the sphere used to be. Alright, so the objective here is going to be to turn this sphere 180 degrees. We're standing on what looks to be an octagonal workspace, so we're going to have to hit that button down there a total of 4 times to turn 180 degrees. Let's go ahead and give that a shot. 1. 2. 3. 4. That should be the last push, so let's go ahead and get out of here. That way we can hopefully time this a little bit more quickly. Alright. And back to Captar we go. And this transition is being brought to you by Caboose. Time is a circle. That's why clocks are round. It's a good thing too, because we'll be around these transitions a lot. At least this one didn't take terribly long. And we should be able to get to the other side of the room this way. Pull the bar up, and let's see what we've unlocked. Yay, another hitch. At least the game's not crashing. And... alright, we are back in the main chamber. That may end up saving us some time later, we'll see. Looking ahead, we need to turn this bottom panel 90 degrees. We'll go ahead and head back to Hunter and do that right now that we know what we're on. Away we go. Hopefully this transition doesn't take too long. These puzzles where you end up having to bounce back and forth really make this part of the game tedious. No, the Fireflies are enjoying their dance this go around. It could be superstition, but I think sometimes trying to move around tends to get the game to go, oh yeah, you're paying attention to me. Wrong way. Time to go back. We're going to hit the button twice to turn 90 degrees. Again, remember, we're sitting on an octagon, so 8 sides. Eins. Zwei. With any luck, we should be able to now follow that lower path. I remember the first time I played this, I actually put the sphere back, the gray sphere, and wound up bouncing back and forth trying to rotate the gray sphere to end up wherever I needed to go, rather than just using the wooden platform. I have no idea how many hours I lost using that technique. Lots of bugs. Why are there lots of bugs? Pop this open, and we should be on the other side of the chamber. This means that that top of the sphere will create a nice V going there. So once we actually bring the sphere back permanently, it will give us a walkway to go through with. This must be the central nest where the polyarch is. Would you look at all those bugs? It's a long way down, too. Okay. What do we have here? We have a desk. 2256654157456086086089 No clue what that is, but it'll probably come in handy later. Bet you it's going to be on that red herring device. I won't try it. I'll leave it to you guys to do on your own time. Please read thoroughly. We must have every detail in place. Our lives and our species depend on this being executed perfectly. The locations and times in this document are based on the information leaked by Ruko and Shavar. Our lives depend on the accuracy of the information we received from them. Remainers, CW, Earth. Trar, Aprar, Orbar, Murray. Arai, 1 Polyarch, Kaptar. Prep. Day 17,143 AH, Hour 12, begin chambering. End of day 17,146 AH. Farley verifies manifest, all souls chambered. Beginning of day 17,148 AH. Remainers in place with hands-on swap trigger. Beginning of day 17,148 AH. Ruko and Shavar arrive, chambered by Trar. Beginning of day 17,148 AH. Trar on guard of chamber. Trigger time, day 17,148 AH. Hour 5, minute 33. Could vary by plus or minus 4 minutes. Trigger locations, as prescribed. All locations should have small error allowance. Murray has largest margin of error potential. Be alert. Trigger task. Trigger reswap immediately after swap. Any delay increases the risk of detonation in home sphere and the risk of a remainer being disabled in Mofang. Communication. Farley, I'll ensure that all remainers, or in the case of Kaptar, the remaining polyarch, receive and understand this document. That was certainly interesting, and this seems to be some sort of work in progress for one of those seed transfer devices. Let's see. And apparently I'm just a little bit over 160 pounds. How did they know? Cool. Well, let's continue following the path and see where we end up. This is one of the few times I'm really glad I'm in a virtual world and not actually there. This would terrify me. Those bugs would definitely knock me down. Wonderful, we did stop this device from spinning, so we can actually walk straight through here with no problems whatsoever. And again, I do apologize for the hang-ups. It's the game, it's not actually the recording this time. The bug's just hanging out there? Interesting. Alright, there will be a few cuts during these scene transitions to the base of the tree. Blue water. Rather interesting. Let's see what we have outside here. Blue garden hose going back to... looks like Hunrath. You can tell by the glowy roots. Blue galaxy. Very beautiful, especially with the holes down here. It's so disconnected from the actual world above. Rather confusing, too, when you think about the physics of it. If this tree area is sitting below, you'd think there'd be some sort of ceiling we could see. It's almost as if the root system actually exists separately from the world above entirely. So many questions that are just going unanswered. Time to bring some life to this tree. Wonderful, we're getting some power readings. That should help out CW. Very interesting glowing going on. And we have these specks all over the place now that weren't there before. Wonder if we'll ever get any answers about that. Well, back to the top side. I'll see you guys there after the transition. Now we just have to hustle back to Hunrath. And I believe our next stop should hopefully be Murray. Back through the bug chamber. And just because we can, and I really don't feel like running all the way back to the beginning, we'll take the dome spinny room and we'll actually put the gray piece back in place. Now that we've opened up that top door, there's just no sense in this still being here. Boop. Boop. Helps if I push it right the first time. Star Trek called. They want their transporter technician back. Thought we were going to get stuck in that transporter buffer forever. Oh, right. Seeds, not transporters. Wrong game. We'll leave that alone now. And what is going to be the best way for us to get to Murray? Oh, you know what we should do? Since I have played this before and I do realize that there's something locking Murray, we're going to go ahead and head back and unlock the entrance to Murray really quickly. I'd like to remind everyone that everything is on a base 4 system for the Villiens. And while I realize I didn't go through the counting system, we'll at least get to see the number 3, which is the important number to remember in this case. And I'm thinking the vault may be the fastest way to get there. This should put us just downstairs and across the way from that one portal that I kept skipping. That portal from previous games that I've played, that goes to Murray. And it goes to a particular section that all it does is unlock the opening gate. If I hadn't gone this way, we would get to Murray, find the door locked, and be unable to move, and still have to come back. So really I'm just saving us from doing one episode of just, oh, look, there's a door slammed in my face. You can thank me later. In the comments below, please let me know how many of you would actually like to live in Kaptar. So sparkly. The colors, Duke, the colors. And welcome to Murray. Nice, green, dense jungle. Oh look, one of these nifty devices. That is the number 3, remember that. We're gonna need that later for basically everything here. This is the number 0. Push the button, and the gate is open. That's going to let us through during our next Let's Play Abduction episode. Nothing to do now, but go ahead and get back to where we can get to an alternative entrance into Murray because we can't leave this platform. The easy way is going to be through the mayor's office, so let's say we take the vault back. Slowly start putting some pieces back where they belong anyway. Screenshots of those maps that we found earlier are definitely a wonderful thing. And in this game, spacebar is how you take a screenshot, and it allows you to revisit those screenshots at any point during the game. It just doesn't put them in context. That was something that Cayenne had started doing back in Uru, where they allowed you to start keeping your own journal. It was an absolutely wonderful addition, and I kind of wish they still had the journal element here, so that you could kind of jot down your thoughts and immerse yourself even further in the game. Best of all with Uru is that it was all HTML code, so you could actually upload all the content from your journal straight to your web page, for those of us that were actually keeping our own web pages as web blogs. Blogs for you script kiddies. Once more on Hunrath, we're going to make a beeline towards the mayor's office, and come up around that way. Which way to go? Front door? Back door. Back door. Definitely want to take the back door. I wonder what this place would have looked like with all the activity going on. Anyway, we're going to end up leaving off here, and we'll pick back up next episode. What do we have here? Seems I missed something last time, so we'll start the next episode by reading these little pages. See you next time. Wheel Trouble out.